I'm Skilla. This is my personal take of Dearest. Well, first, let me do due diligence to Diamond's description. Dearest Diamond is a podcast for Diamond's memoirs containing pet peeves, personal experiences, life lessons, and inspiring real people's stories. Well, for me, Dearest Diamond is a whole lot of things. It's about the voice. I mean, it's something to listen to when you're at work, in the morning, something really cool, calm, and you listen to. Oh, well, I was listening to one last night, lights turned off, on the AC, under the blanket. It was good. Listening to Dearest Diamond is like watching a movie. Diamond's words paint pictures. I see what she says. I like episode 2 more because I knew I was more of a famous real song. You see, it's not just Diamond's voice for me. It's the childlike joy you can hear in her voice when relating with her listeners. It's the blatant honesty, the naked emotions, the relatableness, the intelligent conversations, and the new things I get to learn. It's Diamond. It's beautiful. I honestly wish, Diamond, you would do an episode for me every day. Like, I literally wanted it to just go playing on and 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 on. Okay, so what's that word? I implore you all to listen. And as you would do with every other good thing, share with a friend, share with your loved ones. And
hi guys, you're welcome to another episode of Dearest Diamond, the Diamond's memoir. My name is Diamond and you're welcome. It's been a wonderful past few days, should I say? Yes, it's been a wonderful past few days. The whole episode is kind of getting me, should I say, emotional? Yeah, I don't know. This past week, my sister made a video. My sister made a video of her review on Dearest Diamond, and it touched my heart. But really, it really got to me. But thanks, baby girl. I'm grateful. Skilla, I love you. Okay, so the past month, or the month of March, is international, or is kind of Women's Month, should I say, where we've been celebrating women. We had the International Women's Day and all that. So I would like to call this episode 6, Dearest Diamond, an ode to all the women I've loved. I'm dramatic, but but yeah, I think I'd like to call that. And it's inspired by TheYounggod pod. I recently started following him on Instagram, and he released an episode recently. I can't remember it, but I'll leave a link in the description, and it was something. In fact, all his episodes for the month of March were about women, and he had a lot to say. There was a whole lot of insights. So I'll leave a link to his podcast later so you can check it out. Alright, so I'll start from here. I hope you enjoy this, really. I remember that one of my first memories of friendship, I don't remember her name, but I think we were in maybe nursery 1 or kindergarten, and we were on the assembly, and we would, how assembly is, you would usually line up. I went to Prime Montessori School in Satellite Town, and when we're supposed to sing the national anthem, we turn and face the flag, so we're all shoulder to shoulder. And I remember that she would hold my hand during these times, and she would dig her fingernail into mine. And it was always so painful, but I never stopped or flinched. For some reason, I was okay with that she was holding my hand. Sometimes when I remember it, I'm like, why the hell didn't I remove my hand? Like, oh, that was painful. I was just like, oh, okay. I don't know. For some reason, I took it. Yeah, weird, right? But yes, that's my first, should I say, first memory of friendship. Then there was Amanda. I remember all the silly arguments we used to have about who's taller, and she'll say she's taller because she's older rather because she's taller. Funny. And then there was Inkiru, that was in nursery 2. And okay, funny how these two people are still in my life. And we're still good. And we have this mature friendship. It's really good. Anyway, Amanda left when I was in primary 1. Yeah, after primary 1, she left. Her and her family moved down to ABJ. And then Inkiru was still a part of primary school up until primary 5. I remember a few of my friends, from Anita to Onyekachi to Chinyere. It's weird, but yeah, you know how you just remember all those things. And then in just 1, there was Petronila and Blessing. For Petronila, I remember her because I know that sometime when we were in just 1, she went for an excursion. I didn't go, and she bought me a wristwatch on her return. And then Blessing, I don't really remember whether we were cool, but I know we used to walk back home from school. I don't remember her surname. And then one time I was having lap burn, and the advice that she gave me was to put one of my book in between my laps to kind of help with the friction. And it did help. But I was walking weirdly. But we're kids anyway. It's just a funny memory. And then after just 1, the biggest eruption. I don't know. One day we'll talk about my move or my move from Lagos to Abuja. It was a whole experience. Yeah, but one day we'll talk. I think it's part of the reason I hate change. But anyway, yes. So in just 2, I met Aisha Grandma, Nafisa, and Mutolani, and me, Shalom. Oh yeah, memories. But okay, I think the only person I really keep in touch out of these right now is with Nafisa. Yeah, we're still really good. But the thing is, for Mutolani, I don't know, she kind of disappeared into thin air after I changed schools. Yes, I changed school from community to King of Kings. That was where I did SS1. I did just 2 and just 3 in community. And yeah, I had these friendships. I remember when I had to change schools. It was so painful. But yes, so somehow, yeah, she moved out of the country, I think to Canada. And that was it. I can't find her on social media. I've checked for her everywhere. We're really good. I even still have one of her books. I think Fire Ice. Yeah, me, her, and Shalom were such big novel readers. And then, despite that I hated that I changed schools, I think one of the best things about changing school back then, even though I didn't realize it, was meeting Deborah. It was being friends with Deborah was like a whole experience. In between all this, I have 3 younger sisters that are the light of my lives. Like, you know how growing up, you just feel like, oh, these people are here, and so you don't really rate it because they're just there. You go. But somehow, I think in just 3, I began to understand that these women, that's my sisters, were a part of my lives, and I would have done, or I will do anything to defend them, to be there for them, to be their big sister. But it wasn't something that I was aware of from the beginning. It was something that I came to one day be aware of. I don't know. It just happened. So yeah, that happened between just 3 and SS1 too. And then yeah, Deborah happened and it was beautiful. Oh, I had other friends in between this time, but Deborah, Aliyah, these two people, yeah, these two beautiful women. Yes, they are the ones I'm still in contact with. And then after SS1, I moved to Word of Faith, and there I had friendships of Francisca and Deborah Fanga and Chiwil Jinka and Jumwan. And yeah, but as life is life, Francisca, that one, she's my baby girl. We had met earlier, but then she was a spoiled brat. But yeah, so when we got to happen to be in the same school, yeah, that happened. And then we moved to uni together. And a lot happened in this time anyway, because by the time we moved to uni, so you know how somehow, I don't know, I didn't grow up knowing how to link the past and the present. So somehow, the way I'm saying all these things seamlessly, as though I never lost touch with any of these people, it wasn't anything like that. So a lot of times my move or change in school or whatever, I kind of forgot about these people momentarily. Somehow, I hope you understand what I mean. So yeah, and then when we moved to uni, there was Fran was like my main guy, because I had just moved from secondary school with her. So I realized later on, after she had to leave, that I had built my whole world around that friendship somehow. And this was, although I had met other people, but it didn't mean much until, Fran had to leave. And then that change also now influenced, and I got to start talking to people like Yetunde and Utsibe and Kenneth. We had already been talking, but I kind of built relationships with them outside of Francisca and what I had already known. Change has always been a touchy thing for me, but yeah. And then so all that happened, and sometimes when I think about it, I'm just like, all the while thinking, oh, I didn't have a girl squad or something, and wanting something more. These women were at every point in my life. They were there, and somehow, even if one was more present than the other at every point, they were my memories, are my memories, are still some of them my presents, and they've all had something to do with, I can think back at some of them and laugh, and and then sometimes you think that when school is over, you will meet other beautiful people. But yeah, that's a lie. In school, I met all my engineering girls. It was so beautiful, And then it's funny how now I and Tega will talk about money, and I and Ochiko once in a while will talk, and love, and Buzu, and Miracle with all the Instagram. And it's just so good. Who would have thought that I'll be doing business with Francisca, or that after school I would have met someone as beautiful and amazing as Dumibi, and Lola and Zainab and Ella Dogan, my smallie. We met through Snapchat. Beautiful soul. And Olivia and Esther, and and then in school, how sometimes how there's some people that were really your guys, and then now if you think about it, now you guys are even really cool. Reminds me of like Ifeoma Okedo. When we were in school, we weren't all that close, but now we talk, and maybe even more than you would have thought. And then these relationships from these women, I've come to realize that it's all beautiful. And You all mean something to me, and church brought me joy, and Vicky and Margaret and Titi's wedding brought me blessing. You know, sometimes you just sit back and think about all this, just think about it. And women, the relationship between women is an absolutely beautiful thing that we all need to keep exploring. You know, don't take your female friendships for granted. Give them a chance. Don't take them for granted at all. And I feel like sometimes we're more lenient with our male relationships than our female relationships, and that's not fair. So to all the women I've loved, I'm grateful for you. For the very mature relationship I have with my mom and how we've grown. It's such a mature and respectful one, and I really like it. And for the beautiful thing I share with my sisters, I love you. For every woman I know and call friend or acquaintance, and for the older women I can't wait to meet and love and call mentor, I'm grateful. Thank you guys for listening. Please follow me on Instagram at Dearest.Diamond. Send me a message, subscribe, listen. Let me know what you think. Alright, bye.